hello, I'm Kråkan, also known as Kråkan, so welcome to Yacc, yet another Crowcast where I pick a game I played for a week and then I'll talk about it. This week's game is Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island for the Super Nintendo. It was released in 1995 and is a platformer developed by Nintendo EID and published by Nintendo. There will also be some spoilers up ahead, just so you know, but first a little backstory. So the previous week I went on a trip to see some of my Twitch friends, and it was a really long trip, by the way. And to make a long story really short, they like to sleep in. And that's not my thing. I wake up early, I did my thing, I took my meds, I ate breakfast, and I took a shower, and they still were in bed. So the only one who was up was the house cat called Pixel. So me and her, we were sitting in the living room, and I was admiring Kami's display case of classic games. And she actually has a pretty large collection. So one of the games that actually caught my attention was Yoshi's Island, and she inspired me directly to talk about this game, and that's what I'm going to do now. So before I talk about the game, I need to address something. The full title of this game is Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, but it's more commonly known as just Yoshi's Island. And I don't think that Nintendo were confident enough to just call it Yoshi's Island, but you know, Super Mario always sells more games, so that's probably why. So the plot of the game goes something like this. Kamek the evil wizard attacks a stork carrying baby Mario and baby Luigi and manages to snatch Luigi, and Mario falls down to the surface of Yoshi's Island where the Yoshis take care of him and tries to reunite him with his parents and baby Luigi. At the start of the game you get the Nintendo logo and a cutscene explaining the plot, and after a while the main title screen appears with Yoshi's Island spinning in the background and you're prompted to press the start button and bring up the file select. And after that, another in-game cutscene plays with the green Yoshi picking up baby Mario on his back. So this game has 6 worlds with 8 stages each. The first area of the game explains the basic mechanics, such as when Yoshi gets hit, Mario bubbles away, and if Mario isn't reached within 10 seconds, he gets captured and kidnapped. And also to note, this game doesn't have a timer. The game also explains how Yoshi can make eggs out of enemies by eating them, so you do this by pressing the B button and down on the D-pad. There are also a couple of collectibles, and you can also get eggs from egg blocks. There are also helpful blocks that can be sort of, smashed to get more mechanics and more information. Yoshi can also throw the eggs that he has. It's part of the core mechanic. He can also move while having eggs, and he can cancel a throw with the Y button. Each level have collectibles such as stars, coins, and flowers. These are for points and 1-ups and for 100% in the game, and if you press the start button, a menu will show with the things you've collected so far. The early levels also introduce simple puzzles and physics, such as moving boulders and things like that. And at the end of a level, Mario is actually thrown to another Yoshi and you jump through like a ring. And if you trigger a specific event where you get a flower in this ring, you will enter a bonus game. I probably should have mentioned this early, but the enemy selection of this game is just like Mario with a couple of additions. You have Shy Guys and Piranha Plants, but also unique ones to just this game. Also of note, all the Yoshis have this flutter jump, and I think this was the game that introduced it in the first place. Yoshi can also transform into different sort of vehicles, such as trains, cars, a helicopter, a mole, and a submarine. And Mario can also transform, or rather he gets a star and gets invincible. And these are like triggers throughout the game, like boxes. I almost forgot to talk about it, but there are these flying question marks that contain sort of hidden goodies and puzzle-solving mechanics. So if you manage to throw an egg at a question mark, something will happen, basically. There are also flying enemies that have red coins and 1-ups. Once you beat in a stage, you can actually go back to the selection screen by pressing Start and Select. After a few levels, it's time for the first fortress and boss. So it's a normal enemy that gets enlarged by Kamek's magic power. And he basically gets super big and you have to throw eggs at him until he drops his pants, which is rather funny, I think. The next level is the first auto-scrolling one. And I don't know about you, but I never liked auto-scrollers because they stress me out. And of course, this game ramps up in difficulty the longer you play. So one of the things of note that I must talk about is the creative bosses. One of the bosses actually has Yoshi and baby Mario they get shrunk down and get swallowed by a frog or a toad, and they're forced to battle inside the stomach until they eventually get pooped out. And Yoshi has this funny expression like, what just happened? There's also another boss where you can end the boss early by throwing a well-placed egg at the piranha plant before Kamek uses his magic on it, prompting a funny response from him or her. And I don't know, I like this game. I enjoy playing it casual throughout the week, so, well, I need to go into the summary now. So, gameplay. Baby Mario and Yoshi is on an adventure to save baby Luigi from the bad guys. It's simple and direct. Control, the D-pad is movement, the D-pad down is ground pound, the Y button uses Yoshi's tongue, and Y and down makes an egg out of the enemy. The B button jumps, and if you hold it you do the flutter jump, the A button aims and throws eggs, and the Y button cancels a throw, and the start button brings up the menu. Graphics. The graphics looks great. It has sort of an aesthetic look that I like. It's a hand-drawn style with pastels and it's very playful. It looks like an indie game, and I mean that in the best kind of way. And the game has aged really well because it looks like a cartoon. Sound and music. Koji Kondo made the soundtrack for this game. It's really cheerful and happy. I like the athletic theme, the end theme, the flower garden theme, and the map theme. And it was really hard to actually choose an opening track for the podcast, but I think I got the right one down. Easter egg, secrets, and glitches. So the title screen changes depending on the progress that you made throughout the game. To unlock the extra stages in each world, you need to collect 100% of the collectibles in each of the stages of that world. So in conclusion, I wrote, yes, absolutely, it's a classic. So this game holds up today, in my opinion. The art style is so playful, the control feels responsive, and the gameplay is so fun. My only complaint is Baby Mario's crying, but that's about it. If you haven't played this game, check it out. You will not be disappointed. So anyway, thank you for listening and or watching, and take care.